What's going on, San Antonio? You are listening to Halftime. I'm Quinn Hudson, filling in for Michael Jimenez, who's out today. Joining me on today's show for Halftime, we'll be with you from 12 to 2. I've got Jack Thompson from the Saturday Morning Hangover. What's up, Jack?
Not a whole lot, man. Just happy to be here. Happy to be here a day early.
Awesome, man. And also, I've got Pleasure here producing the show, who's going to be joining in as we're going to be collectively filling in Michael Jimenez, who is down and out today.
Yeah, to say the least.
He called it male pregnancy.
Male pregnancy.
That's what
I believe
words out of his mouth.
Oh, man.
He's dealing with kidney stones.
Oh, man.
Kidney stones.
Now, those are painful, I hear.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
I mean, that's not an easy thing to deal with. So I have empathy for Michael in this situation. I was kind of worried about Michael. He's been going hard, he's been working out, he's been doing a lot of things, and I was wondering, man, does he hit a wall? Maybe this is it. This is the wall he hit.
Could be. Could very well be.
Now I know he's listening.
Oh, he's listening.
From the ER. He can't help himself.
I have issues with Jimenez calling in. I figured he would just tough it out and do the show. He even said, pain went away. I'm gonna give it 30 minutes and I'll come back and we'll see if I can make it into the studio. I was like, cool. And then about 30 minutes later, he's like, nope, I'm on my way back to the hospital.
Well, that shows you how he was affected by it. But some of the things that Michael Jimenez says, some of his sports predictions ends up making you cringe anyway. So it would have been apropos had he come in today and said some things that would make us all a little upset and uncomfortable. But we're here on this Friday. A lot going on, lots happening, right? There's a getting out and about. I don't know if this means that we're getting ready to go into it, but Michael sent me a text message yesterday and was like, "What's up with you and TikTok?" And so he said one of my TikTok videos landed on his For You page. Are you guys TikTokers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So somewhat, Jack, you younger generations, y'all are a little biased now that the old people are getting on it, huh?
I've never really been that big into TikTok. My girlfriend really is, so that's where I see all my videos. But besides that, I never get on myself.
Got you. So she shares the videos, the funny ones and things that she wants you to see.
She'll share the ones she likes, yeah.
But you don't just dive in and get immersed into just
No, I don't
swiping.
understand that hours on end of just watching these 10-second videos.
Now and what's crazy
How
about
do you sound like the boomer in this group?
Right. It's funny, right? The youngsters like, I can't do it, man. My attention span, 10 seconds is too much.
I'd rather just watch a movie than.
And now they've extended it to where you can actually have up to 3-minute videos, which is somewhat painful. I think.
It depends.
Yeah,
there are certain things
content.
like yesterday they had this great 3-minute clip of the Tournament of Power.
Oh wow,
that's cool.
This is really cool. The Goku Jiren Ultra Instinct fight.
That's
pretty
nice.
Dope.
Yeah, and what I like about TikTok, I like that they have these algorithms where if you like certain things, I guess with all technology these days, they kind of just like we do right now. I one day I was having a conversation with my fiance, and we were literally talking about lights and where to get them. And the next thing you know, of course, you get ads about lights. So now we know our phones are listening to us even when we're not even searching or Googling anything. TikTok has an algorithm. So if you like certain things, it'll take you down basically a streaming content that's relatable. And I've gotten
called
into
a wormhole.
Is that what it is? It's the wormhole. Well, I have found my way to this alternate universe where they pit fighters, superheroes against each other, right? Like what would happen, and they go into complete breakdowns of their superpowers, their vulnerabilities, and the intricacies of it. And I find it pretty fascinating. That part of TikTok I like.
I've seen a couple of these. One of them was Goku versus Superman.
Oh wow,
that was a fun one. One Punch Man versus Superman.
Well, that's One Punch Man is just an enigma because I feel like
I know,
based in his universe, he can beat anyone.
Literally anyone.
Yeah. So I think he might take Superman.
Okay, you guys have gone outside my realm of knowledge on One Punch. right? So like Superman is not the end all of superheroes.
I mean, depends which universe you're talking about.
Well, yeah, this is an animated series that has like 3 seasons, but basically this guy, he's like this all-powerful being in this universe, but he looks like an everyday guy, but when he gets revved up, he can beat anybody with a single punch.
Michael Jimenez has just
Oh,
joined
Lord.
us on our Facebook page to let us know that the morphine is so nice.
Now he put this as Quinn Hudson is a TikTok sensation. I have yet to stumble across you on my For You page.
I don't know why he says that. I actually think he's probably overselling that, just in the context that he's not big on TikTok. So I think that's why he says that. I don't have a lot of followers. I mean, I don't think 17,000 is a lot.
I went searching for you and I couldn't find you.
Yeah, I don't have a lot. And I'm an influencer. So my content, this is the part that
Are you an accountant?
somewhat. I am an enigma when it comes to that part of it. And I think this is why people who do follow me. So I was a corporate guy for 16 years, traveling 100,000 miles a year, living on airplanes and hotels.
Mhm.
And I've been to every state with the exception of Alaska, probably 3 or 4 times, and 4 continents later. And so I share these travels, these stories, experiences, also being from Mississippi, living in Colorado, once Los Angeles, and growing up in Texas. There's pretty fascinating stories to be told about what people experience, social issues as well. And when I share these things, people seem to relate to it, and that's pretty much where my form lies.
That's cool.
Yeah, like I shared this one, and I got more inbox messages than people responded. Probably only like a couple thousand people responded, but I was telling them when I was a senior manager with Stars Encore,
Okay.
my bonus was predicated on keeping the merit increases low. So when people were doing the annual reviews and they were doing their self-assessment, I had a job. I was rewarded by easy. I know you put 5, but you're really not a 5. And so I was sharing this insight on how people really, when you're having your performance reviews, really need to put your case together on giving who you report to the talking points, because that person's going to have to go and sell a merit increase beyond what the status quo is going to be.
Yeah.
And only very few. You want the breakage to happen. Some people think they're better than they are. Some people aren't as good as they think they are. And some people pretty much deserve what they get. So you got to make it balance.
I don't know if you can see me in here, but my eyes kind of glossed over.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I was
a lot like Office Space, where you got to put the cover sheet on the TPS report.
That's exactly what it was. So in layman's terms, if I'm your boss and it's your annual review for you to get your pay raise,
mm-hmm.
yeah, you're gonna do a self-assessment before we have our meeting. And you're going to go through whatever the criteria is, and you're going to you're going to fill out a form that says, here are the things I think I did good. Between 1 and 5, 5 being the best, I'm going to score myself in these areas: attendance, performance, communication, client relationships, accuracy, et cetera, et cetera.
All right.
And I'm going to look at what you think you did 1 through 5, and I'm going to go, you put a 5. You're not really a 5 here, and here's why. X, Y, Z. Remember that time? Let's put that a 4. Let's put that a 3. And then at the end, the average is out to what it needs to be.
So that just brings me to the corporate nonsense of, why aren't you just doing this in the first place and cutting out the extra work of me having to evaluate myself just so that you can change it?
It's a great point. I think
seems like wasted time, and wasted time is wasted money.
Well, I will put it to you this way, as I put in the video: who in the conversation about your pay raise should have the most to say, me or you? I can't possibly know everything you've done well. I can't possibly be able to measure or quantify everything you've done well. So if somebody's going to bat for your pocket, it should be you. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure, it
Okay,
should be
so
me,
that's the
but
self-
here's the thing.
Yeah,
You're still coming behind and changing grades that affect what I get paid.
that is true. And that's the
And
reality of
if
it.
you don't know, then why are you grading me?
But I do know.
Or why are you changing my grades?
Well, and so here's the thing, because my bonus is predicated on this and my responsibilities to the overall department, I am keeping score, if you will, throughout the entire year on wins, base hits, home runs, right? But I'm not going to be the one saying, you're the one that's going to say, hey, look, I showed up, I put in the work, I've done these things. You didn't see the nuance is where your cell comes in play.
See, you're trying to judge base hits and home runs. I'm talking about WAR over here.
Oh, we're built different then.
Analytically, I'm invaluable.
So now let me ask you this, and Jack, you chime in on this, right?
All right.
If 1 through 5 is going to determine what you get paid, would you rather it be your score or mine? Would you want to place your faith in someone else giving you the score that's going to determine your pay raise, or would you want to put your best foot forward presenting Jack Thompson?
That's
himself?
5s all the way down the sheet, if you ask me.
And a lot of people do this.
See?
Yes, so a lot of people do this, and they put 5s knowing that it's going to come down in some areas, but they're not going to be the ones to do it for the higher power.
See,
there's some corporate nonsense to this.
That just feels so insane that you give the employee that much power to try and get his raise, and then B, have someone come behind and just change things anyway. And of course, I'm guessing, because you're talking about how your bonus is affected by this.
Yes.
The more their scores come down, the better your bonus is.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
One, Jack. One's across the board.
Well, see, but there's another piece to this, right? You still have to deal with morale, and you want to incentivize in career path and give course correction, because some people do need development. So it is these are teachable moments as well, even when people have a revelation to realize they're not as good as they think they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to come in on a Saturday.
So what is the most views you have on one of your TikToks?
500,000.
That's pretty solid.
That is solid.
Me and my girlfriend made a TikTok that has 2 million views,
which is awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's insane.
Yeah, it just blew up out of nowhere.
And I can't imagine what that's like. I honestly can't, because when the one that closest to going viral that I had, I woke up one morning and I could not believe the amount of notifications that had come through on my phone. I couldn't keep up with it. It took me days. So I can't imagine what 2 million.
Yeah, it's on her TikTok, not mine, but yeah.
Are you able to share what the content was about?
Yeah, it's basically her just because we talked on the Hangover last week about her liking my mustache.
Yeah.
So I had just shaved just to have a mustache, and it was basically her fawning over me having a mustache, but it's the words in the TikTok I can't exactly say, but I'll show y'all after.
Was there music with it?
Yeah, it's like sound from a previous thing that's gone viral that we just dubbed into ours. Yeah.
See, the production is key.
Folliculophilia. I'm telling you, man.
So have you ever posted a TikTok video?
Yeah, I've got I think I've done 2 or 3 posts.
Is this the pleasure workout thing?
No, this is actually pleasure cosplay.
Because nice. Okay. Because see, when I see your videos where you're working out, I feel like it's like a Wolverine origin story kind of thing. You know what I mean? Before we put it into his skeleton, right now, this is to show you the warrior that is to be in its rawest sense, which is kind of cool at the same time. What was that?
What? Oh.
Ronald said I got 10 views on one of mine. and that's another thing about TikTok. There's a humbling aspect to it as well, because they don't put everything on your For You page. Some things, which is the main page that everybody sees. Some of the stuff is just for the people who follow you.
Yeah.
So if you got family that follows you and they don't put the content out there, it'll be, let's say you have 20 family members that follow you, and only 2 of them are online when you post it, and only 1 comments. then you'll look and you'll see like, oh, I had 2 views, 1 comment. So I'm posting for myself.
That For You page, man, that thing, I can get lost. It's like, when you watch YouTube videos,
Yes.
and it just scrolls into the next one and the next one, and you're like, oh yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, oh, I'd love to learn about that. It's a lot like TikTok, where I'm just kind of
late night TikTok posts.
Not me. That's
Late night
just not me.
TikTok posts and late night Snapchat posts are definitely different.
Guys, do you know what today is?
What is today?
Today is Disney Plus Day.
Yes, indeed.
Oh man,
Beautiful day.
I think this is going to be binge weekend for me then.
This is and it's not just the binging of the things that are coming out, like Shang-Chi and things that are being added to Disney Plus.
Right.
They are dropping a lot of new content in forms of teasers to shows coming up, Marvel properties. The Kenobi trailer is supposedly going to drop at some point today.
We got our first look at Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and
we got a
one
teaser
more.
from She-Hulk too.
Yeah, and Miss Marvel. Yeah.
Oh man, I feel like I'm at Comic-Con. This is awesome.
It basically is Disney's Plus's version of like a D23 or a Comic-Con.
It's like a virtual Comic-Con.
Nice. Now, are they going to have these drop like announcements, or we just go in refreshing, looking for
You
different
go and
things?
refresh them, baby.
Oh man, this is going to be great.
It's there.
Most of these teasers and stuff won't be coming out until next year.
And they've dropped a couple of new shows that they're promoting. X-Men 97, which looks to be like I don't know if they're rebooting, continuing, or refreshing X-Men, the animated series from the 90s.
Ooh,
yeah,
I'm here for that.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Yes. I mean, that is right in the wheelhouse.
Which is already on Disney Plus, by the way, X-Men, the animated series.
I actually am fascinated by that. I stumbled across it one day. I didn't hear any fanfare about it, just stumbled across it and just, oh yeah, I was all about it. So I'm good for that. I think this is the value of, even when there's not new content coming on Disney Plus, I'm always like, but I don't want to stop subscribing because this is the reason why.
Yeah. And they just gave you exactly the reason why today, because everything they have coming down the pipe here in the next 2 years.
There's going to be like 15 shows in the next 2 years that come out on Disney Plus.
And that's just between like Marvel and Star Wars. That doesn't include the other properties, like Jeff Goldblum's going to have this new like adventure series show that he's hosting.
Season 2 of that, actually.
Yeah.
Now, some things I'm not that hype on, and because certain ancillary characters, I'm not that, like Hawkeye.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be an awesome show.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's dropping day before Thanksgiving.
Well, that's
First
what I
2
hear.
episodes.
I don't know, because I need to know what the tone of this show is going to be, because I'm just
Die Hard. Think Die Hard.
Die Hard.
It's gonna be straight action.
It's gonna be action and comedy set during a Christmas period.
Well, Die Hard is a pretty appealing comparison. So that alone will make me at least give it a shot.
Yeah.
I haven't been disappointed, though.
Yeah. Jeremy Renner in anything will get me to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching him in Tag.
Yeah. Anything he's in, I will see that.
All right. We've fallen down this TikTok wormhole with Disney Plus. How about we get the people some sports headlines?
How about we do it with the 411 and 210?
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
We'll start things off with last night's Thursday night football game as the Miami Dolphins beat the Baltimore Ravens 22-10. Brian Flores kept Tua in because he was playing well. Tua looked good enough in his first few series last night. Flores said that they ultimately decided to let him finish out the game. Jacoby Brissett was probably okay to go back in, but we just decided to go stay with Tua, Flores said. He had a couple of passes, so we felt like we might just leave him in there. What do you take from Flores' comments?
I feel like this is really more about the Miami's defense, in my opinion. I felt like the defense had the game in control, where he didn't have to upset the apple cart. But I do think it was Tua came in and do the bare minimum, and therefore it was safe enough to finish out the game.
I mean, the way I saw it, Jacoby Brissett was not doing anything on offense.
It was 6-3 going into the fourth
And
quarter.
they had like 60 total yards. And then Tua comes in, they get a couple of deep bombs down the field. They move the ball really well. Of course, he didn't get a touchdown, but that fall-in touchdown at the very end for himself. And I have Myles Gaskin. God, this guy.
That hurt.
That hurt.
I had
He
Lamar
did,
Jackson.
he did
That
all
hurts
the
even
work
more.
to get there
That
to
did
the 1
hurt
yard
more.
line. Yeah, that does hurt. But, I mean, clearly they wanted to go in and finish the game and win. So with how the Ravens have been playing and coming back on teams, they needed to add more points and more than 3 points at a time like they were doing with Brissett. So made sense to me. I mean,
it made sense, but I look at Brian Flores' comments and I can't help but go, God, this is so hypocritical. All we've heard is Tua's our quarterback, Tua's our quarterback, Tua's our quarterback during the Deshaun Watson kicking of the tires, Stephen Ross actively trying to pursue him and get his general manager to go after him.
Yes.
Tua's our quarterback, Tua's our quarterback, Tua's our quarterback. And there's broken middle finger that he's dealing with. Had him not play last week against Houston, although he was available to be if like something happened to Jacoby Brissett, much like in this game that Jacoby started,
Right.
that Tua had to come in for. I don't see the love of Tua within this organization. I feel like they've already punted on him.
Oh, I do too.
yeah, I don't see the love either for sure. He's just kind of a stand-in.
Here's what I've never done. When I was happy with the vehicle I was driving, I didn't continue going to car dealerships and keep test driving new vehicles while I was happy with the one I have. Tua has to know that Miami, while doing the best they can, they're trying to make a lemonade. They're absolutely seeking for something better.
Headline 1.
Do a little switch up here. The 76ers are worsening Ben Simmons' mental health, according to Simmons' agent Rich Paul. Says this is no longer about a trade. Simmons, who has not played a game for the 76ers this year since requesting a trade back in June, feels that the organization is worsening his mental health through fines, targeting, and narrative publicity. This, according to Simmons' agent of Rich Paul of Clutch Sports. He's gone on to say that they are deteriorating his mental status and that this is no longer about a trade.
This has disaster written all over it, and this is all mismanaged expectations. I believe both Philadelphia and Ben Simmons and his representatives are misguided on the value of who Ben Simmons is. That's the problem. They can't trade him because of what's being asked for him. It's being too much is being asked for Ben. They're asking as if Ben's going to be the number one go-to franchise player on a team, and I don't think anybody wants Ben Simmons to be their number one bell cow producing player on their team. Jack, what do you think?
First off, there was no whiff of Ben Simmons having any sort of mental health issues before all of this. So I really don't like him taking this narrative and saying that they are deteriorating his mental health by asking him to do his job. That makes no sense to me. Just go out and play basketball, man. You want to be somewhere else, go play here so they can move you. But as far as Quinn's question, Ben Simmons is definitely not a number one option because he doesn't have the scoring prowess to really lead your team in that category. But he is as good of a second option as you could really get, in my opinion. He guards 1 through 5, can be Defensive Player of the Year, can lead the league in assists. He can do a lot of really good things, and he's definitely worth a high price, but not what they're asking for him. So he's going to have to sit put and, just get out there and play, man. I don't understand.
Ben Simmons burned a whole bunch of bridges for me in terms of I'm requesting a trade because I am unhappy here.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. To I'm not showing up. To all right, I'm getting fined. I'm going to show up, but I've got a back issue. Well, our doctors don't see any back issue. You're going to have to continue to play. My mental health. Like it feels like a last ditch effort.
Yeah.
And it's like the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
I would want to believe someone that has a mental health issue. But when everything you've done to this point is pointing towards I'm just trying to force my way out of Philadelphia, and this feels like the last bastion grasp, it's hard for me to believe the boy who's cried wolf already 4 times this offseason.
I agree with that. And while I don't know if he has mental health issues or not, I would say he's got mental challenges, being an elite superstar in the paint, unwilling to go to the hole and shoot a shot. I would say he definitely something mentally is hamstringing him.
Headline 0.
Finally, Odell Beckham Jr. has agreed to a contract with the Los Angeles Rams. It is worth up to $4.25 million, according to reports, through incentives. The free agent wide receiver has joined the high-powered offense led by quarterback Matthew Stafford and adds to a depth chart that already includes Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee, and of course on the defensive side, you know the names, Aaron Donald, now Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey. This feels like the collection of a super team.
Yes.
Are they a super team?
Yes.
Are the Rams now a Super Bowl favorite?
Yes.
And are we going to see a team playing in their home stadium in the Super Bowl for the second straight year after over 50 years of not seeing it?
First and foremost, on this show, before the first game was played of the NFL season, I picked the Rams to come out of the NFC East over my beloved Cowboys to play in the Super Bowl. That was before Odell Beckham was signed. That was before Von Miller was signed. I thought Matt Stafford was what was the missing ingredient for the Rams. They certainly have put their best foot forward, but this is a mistake to me. I don't think Odell Beckham is ready to come in and be a number 3 receiver. I think he's demonstrated both with the Giants and with the Cleveland Browns that even if they are having success and he's not getting the targets, he's not happy. So if in boxing styles make fights, I believe chemistry makes championships. And this is not good chemistry. I don't see Odell Beckham. He could have gone to any team and become a number 1 or number 2 receiver. He didn't want that. This is a disaster waiting to happen.
See, I fall on the other side of the fence of that. I think this elevates this offense to an almost unguardable position. I mean, I think Odell Beckham's going to take several targets away from Robert Woods. Van Jefferson, you might not see the field very much anymore. Tyler Higbee's probably not going to get a lot of those targets anymore. So I think this is a good fit. I mean, no one in the NFL runs more 3 wide receiver sets than the Rams. No one throws it deep, or I guess 20 yards plus more than the Rams. And they throw the ball at an average of 30 to 40 times a game, and you split that between 3 high-powered receivers. I mean, that's close to 10 targets for each of them every game. I think they're going to be very good.
This team just feels like they are going all in on this season.
Yeah, it's Super Bowl or bust.
They are going to. If I'm a Rams fan, I'm like, yeah, my team is in it to win it, for sure.
100%. They draft picks be damn. They've got 3, I think, next year in the draft, and that's it. And they are making their play, and they feel like a team on both sides of the ball that has the pieces to be a legitimate contender.
Do you guys think Odell Beckham will be happy being in a Deshaun Jackson role?
I think it'll be far more expanded. He's not just going to be taking the top off. He's going to be running routes. I think it's going to be a much larger role than that.
I see him running free, wide open, and Cooper Kupp getting a 17-yard in, skinny, and next thing you know, Odell's dad is putting out on Instagram his son was wide open.
Now, Matt Stafford's going to hit that bomb. If there's anything I know about Matt Stafford, he wants to throw it deep.
He ain't gun shy.
Yeah.
He seemed to be a little guarded with his excitement about Odell signing. Did you hear him in the press conference?
Oh, yeah. But that's, it's a team that's not going to be using him this week. So
True.
He's a dude that's going to have to learn the offense and get integrated. Hopefully by mid-December into January, they can start hitting on all cylinders. But this is going to be a process. It's not like he's going to come in and have 6 catches for 115 and 2 touchdowns.
Well, if he wanted that, he could have gone to Green Bay.
He wants the ring. And he wants to be in LA. He's totally an LA guy. He's not
I think this is more about LA than it is, because it's about not wanting to be in Green Bay.
Oh, man.
That's the 411 and a 210.
So when we come back, we're going to talk some Cowboys Falcons preview. We've got Jeff Garcia coming up as well. And we definitely got to talk about what's going on with the Spurs. And I've got Jack Thompson across from me. So I love talking hoops. That always works. You are listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250, 94.5 FM.
Here we go. The Dallas Cowboys live here all season long. Every snap.
I love it.
Every catch.
Let's go have a day, huh?
Every touchdown. Plus, we'll give you the complete breakdown and preview of every game from our experts. Dallas Cowboys insiders and head coach Mike McCarthy. We're all fans.
Yeah! Yeah!
Hear the call from Brad Sham and the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. Right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Whether you're driving for distance, pitching for precision, or putting to win it all, come to Edwin Watts Golf Shop to get custom fit for all your clubs throughout your bag. Hit a few balls and let our team show you the latest swing technology and data that will help optimize your game. Having each club tailored to become your gamers will help you start shooting lower scores. Let Edwin Watts Golf Shops help you make every shot the perfect one. Come in and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
Hey, San Antonio Sports Star listeners, this is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Thanks to fans like you, you can now buy Kielbasa products just about everywhere. We hope you continue to enjoy our handcrafted, small batch smoked meats, because we sure enjoy making them for you. So grab some today and let me know what you think. My number's on the back of every pack. Right by my promise that if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
Get Diamonds Direct's unbeatable price, plus an extra 20% off virtually everything. Yes! It's happening next weekend, November 19th through 21st. 3 days of spectacular store-wide savings. All rings, all earrings, all pendants, all bracelets, all on sale. This is the biggest and last sale of the year, the one where they break all the rules. The selection is like double the norm. Designers are here with their entire line, all at the absolute lowest prices of the year, plus special financing next weekend. Details at diamondsdirect.com. At the shops at La Cantera.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price to have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Blake Stevens with San Antonio-based GPS of Texas. If you have commercial vehicles on the road, you're a target for personal injury lawyers. I mean, you're wearing a bullseye. Our system can protect you if there is an accident with proof of speed, video monitoring, even proof that your driver wasn't on his phone. Don't get hammered. Have real proof that you weren't at fault by installing our GPS camera tracking system. Call GPS of Texas at 210-587-7634 or gpsoftexas.com.
The Rock the Mic finale will be live at the Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar North Star location next Thursday. We will have our final 3 and our Jim Beam wild card with us, and we're deciding the Rock the Mic 2021 champion. Who's going to be our next champ? Join us at the OG Slackers North Star location and help us congratulate our new ESPN Sports Star team member, and you can enter to win Dallas Cowboys home game game tickets. Rock the Mic 2021, brought to you by Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar and in part by Jim Beam.
Happy Hour is back at Twin Peaks. Monday through Friday from 2 to 7 p.m. Score sweet deals like $1 off all wine, liquor, cheap shots, and freezing cold 29-degree draft brews. With select apps available for $2, $4, and $6. Twin Peaks Happy Hour is the move.
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Follow them on Facebook to keep up with specials and tastings. 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, 1 in 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor next to Walmart, Palo Alto Road, Suite 101.
This is Jerry Jones, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys.
San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Yeah, you're listening to the halftime. 12 to 2 every day. We bring in whether you're going to get lunch, coming back from lunch, chilling during lunch. I'm Quinn Hudson filling in for Michael Jimenez along with Jack Thompson and my man James Pledger. So before we went to break, we were getting ready to talk some more football, but we're going right on into Spurs because we've got a friend of the show. What are you looking at?
Facebook Live. We've got an update on our poor sick friend Michael Jimenez, who is dealing with kidney stones.
Oh man!
As his meds have worn off, the morphine is worn off.
Wait, what?
He is breathing like it's a Lamaze class, and he's waiting for them to scan his cat. That's a Varsity Blues reference. Billy Bob.
I have not heard that phrase out of context.
My cat's okay. I can play.
But see, I didn't know if that was the meds making him say crazy things. So I was thinking phrasing. I actually didn't know. But I'm glad to know you're doing well, Mike. And I'm glad also that you're got your water and it's not anything worse. But as they always say, this too shall pass.
I see what you did there.
Yes. But we've got a friend of the show who's online right now. Jeff Garcia from Kins 5, digital reporter and host of the Locked On Spurs podcast. I've yet to be on, but nevertheless, Jeff, welcome.
You took my thunder there, Quinn. I was just about to ask you when you were going to come on Lowe's.
Oh, see. Yeah, see, that's a little bit of a backhanded, kind of like, yeah.
It's all right. I've only been on once.
You in the captain's chair today.
Huh?
Look at you in the captain's chair today.
Oh, yeah. I'm the captain now. No, I'm not. I'm just, this is very short-lived. In fact, I'm not even allowed to sit in Michael Jimenez's chair. He's big timing now.
Hey, Quinn, before we start, can I ask Jack something really fast?
Yes.
Jack, what did you think of those Jordan 1 Fiesta giveaway the Spurs are doing?
They're awesome for sure, but it'd be tough to wear those. I think I'll just keep them up in a case or just wear them to Spurs games. But yeah, I mean, the colorway is fantastic.
I thought that was the perfect way to do a Fiesta themed shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much, not too little.
Now I missed this. Are these the like the neon colored?
Yeah,
Fiesta?
they're the fast breaking Fiesta colors.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
well, Quinn, the Spurs are giving them away to 5 people.
Oh man, those are nice. That sounds nice. I gotta look it up. I definitely will.
I bring it up because they're wearing their Fiesta jerseys today for the first time this season against the Dallas.
Yep, excited for that for sure.
Those is that the only thing we're excited about though for this season? Just Fiesta jerseys and sneakers?
No, I think listen, I'm
excited for the draft.
There you go. Oh. Here's
Jack
my thing right out the
Jack's
gate.
Excited for L's. He wants more L's.
I want all the L's. Give me all the L's.
When I watch the games, I get lost in if they're going to win or not, because they do keep you salivating enough during the game with the talent to feel like these guys can compete every night. They've got the talent, even though they don't have the superstars.
Yeah, they're right there. How many times you hear it every game, whether win or loss? They're right there. You hear DeJounte Murray say, we're right there. Eubanks, right there. Popovich saying if they need to fine-tune things, they can be a good team that will sneak up on some teams if they get things going in the right direction. And look, I get it. It was against the Kings, but you hope that is some sort of foundation for them to just jump into some sort of just winning vibes moving forward. But it doesn't get easy. I mean, they got the Mavericks tonight. They haven't beat them. They got the Clips. They got the Lakers. So yeah, they're going to have their hands full. But here's the thing: if you're a Spurs fan, this season is going to be good no matter how you see it. It's either going to be good because you're going to get a top 5 pick, yay, or it's going to be good that hey, this team comes around together and maybe picks up some more W's. And by the way, it's already early in the season, and fans are already getting upset about these losses when nobody should be surprised.
It's not a true fan. Tell you that right now.
Yeah. So Quinn, I look at the season and it's still very, very young, but for them to be competitive, for them to go to the Bucks house and beat the champs in their gym, there's something here, but they're still one piece away. So you like the fact that Murray is having a great start to the season, just an incredible start. Hey, I don't know how invested the Spurs are with him, but that's a nice little trade chip, huh, Jack?
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to trade DeJounte though. I like him a lot.
I thought you were on camp, blow it all up and get some picks.
No, I'm definitely not on camp blow it all up. I'm the captain of the team tank train for sure. But I like a lot of our core guys like Devin, DeJounte, Lonnie maybe. There's some guys that could really be key pieces moving forward, and they've taken big steps forward. And we've seen what they can do with more minutes, the ball in their hand, more situational play. But obviously, we're just that one piece away from winning a bunch of games. So, and the only way that San Antonio can get someone like that is high in the draft.
Okay, so this is
high in the draft.
This is where I play catalyst here. So let's just say the Spurs go in a tank involuntarily and end up with a lot of repick.
We need a voluntary tank.
Yeah.
We need a voluntary
The effort
tank.
is there, the intent, we're almost there. And then they don't. And so while we're doing this, though, right, these are the precious years of DeJounte Murray, right? Spurs historically don't re-sign players for more money in that next bracket. So don't we risk eventually playing out a contract where we'll end up losing a DeJounte Murray?
So that's always a possibility, considering look at his agency. It's Clutch Sports. They're going to be looking out for their clients, as all agencies do. And they're going to want top dollar. And just wouldn't be surprised if down the road, when his contract's about to be up, entertain the chances of him maybe capturing a title, to add to his resume. Because the title in San Antonio was years. Just for them to be contending is still years away. So, the good news is that Murray, is still young. What is he, Jack? About 24?
He's 25.
25, thanks. So Quinn, so technically he's not in the prime years yet. His early, late 29, 29, 30, that's around the corner. So there's still more development for him. But that is something the Spurs fan base, the front office is going to keep in mind is how to keep this team together. These are a bunch of young guys.
Can't keep them all.
No, you can't.
You can't keep them all. You can't keep them all. Then there's Derek White. We know that he's having a rough go right now. Maybe it was because the fact that he got news he's going to be a dad. Maybe that's just clouding his mind right now. So, you hope that he snaps out of it. And think about it. A lot of these recent losses, maybe, if White just did his season averages, they could have won. They just could have won, but he's in a slump. Popovich, I don't think I've ever, maybe James can help me out in this one, but I don't think I've ever seen Popovich in recent years come close to calling out a player like the way he did with White. I mean, just flat out said, I'm not going to hide it. Eric's the parent. White is struggling something fierce, and we need him. When your coach is out there and Popovich putting out there in public like that, that's not a good sign. James, I think he said something like he's in a bad way or something like he's really, really in a bad spot right now. So hopefully he snaps out of that tonight versus Dallas, a team that the Spurs been losing to 5 points or less. I think that's been the spread right there. They're right in games. So Maybe Quinn. Maybe the Spurs just need a Brunson. They need a Brunson.
Hey,
Brunson can
just can't have Brunson though. He's a nice glue guy.
Brunson is Dallas's new Jason Terry. That every time we play him, he's just gonna kill us.
I was actually that's a great analogy. But I actually was likening him being a Mavericks fan. I was likening him to JJ Barea in the championship run. I felt like there was this strong, young, small guard that was just fearless with his shooting and attacking and just quality. I like it, but he's definitely a glue guy. I like him, but we do need that kind of person.
Yeah, and then tonight there's no Pirtle, so guess what Jason Kidd's gonna do? Hello, Boban, Powell, get out there and just beat them up in the middle, and expect a lot of that tonight. So you're looking at Eubanks and
God, if we lose because of Duncan Powell, good Lord.
When you look at over the past 2 seasons, I know Pledge, you're going to jump in, but if you look over the past couple seasons, we've seen White do well when there was injuries. We've seen Murray do well when White was out. We've seen Lonnie shine when he then gets the minutes. Is there a reality that maybe all 3 of these guys aren't meant to mesh together on the same roster?
They need the ball. They need the ball in their hands to be effective. And there's only one basketball, so you have to spread that around. All the touches are going to be given to DeJounte right now. I mean, he's the hot hand. He's I guess the closest to the go-to guy they have right now on the roster.
He's our closer, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and not a bad closer. I mean, he's really added that. Yeah,
he's been really good.
He's really added that midi. James, you've been seeing that kind of crossover step back midi. It's looking nice. It's looking nice. So he's your closer. So the bulk of the touches are going to go to him. Then there's Lonnie, who's been playing really well this year. So there's his touches right there. There's Devin, who's really coming on strong in the sophomore season.
I would say our second best player, Devin.
Yeah. That leaves Derek White. So, what do? Do you throw him on the bench?
Please.
Do you shuffle him up,
Honestly, no. Keep him in there. We need to lose. Keep him in there. We need more goose eggs in the front line.
Even if the reality is that the Spurs are not looking to, they're okay with the course that they're on for the season, there is still a deficit in their front court. Do you see them making any moves just to have a big body in the paint?
No, I don't. I mean, coming into the season, I saw the big men depth as kind of being an issue because once Pirtle gets out, which you're seeing right now, it just takes a dramatic nosedive.
Yeah.
Now, look, credit to Eubanks. He's doing the best he can right now.
He's battling,
but he's undersized. He's undersized.
You got no one over 6'10" behind Pirtle.
Yeah. And then you got Thad Young. He'll try. He'll get in there. He'll mix it up. But again, undersized. You could have had Jock Landale, but Pops, whether it be his approach towards rookies, he doesn't feel right with them yet, or now he's in the health safety protocols. I mean, he could have been kind of a Band-Aid, but
just need Collins. We need Collins to come back to add some of that.
By the way, any
depth.
projection on when he's going to get back? I think All-Star break-ish, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like late January, February, something like that. Maybe at the earliest.
By that time, Quinn and Jack are, leading the charge for the tank train.
I've been leading the charge for about a season and a half now. So,
and that's probably what's going to happen, just as it did back before the Spurs got Tim Duncan. David Robinson could have come back in that season. They was kind of like, oh, we're good. We're good.
We're good.
Put the pillow on the chair.
Do you think Quinn, let's just say they go into tank mode, okay? I mean, you can't. It's not going to be guaranteed you're going to get the number 1 spot,
right?
But I think I asked Jack this last time I was on, but I'll get your thoughts on this. What do you think they would fall? Like, what would just get into the top 5, or would we get into the top 3 to be safe? Because Jack, you're better at your college game than I am. Is it 1 through 5 that you're going to be okay? Is it 1 through 3 you're going to be okay?
I would say it's a little bit deeper than that, but in terms of like generational talent, it's probably like top 5, but it goes deeper than that into sort of like around like 10, 11. You can still get someone really, really good, but it's really so early in the college season too. You don't really know how a lot of these guys are going to really pan out. There could be injuries. I mean, so many things can happen, but there's about 8 guys that you could instantly bring to your team that have some really generational talent.
Yeah, and that's just like Jack said right now, Quinn. That's just the way this team was built. That's the way the dynasty was built. Robinson to Duncan, and then to Kawhi, at least for a little while, and then they got lucky, damn lucky, with Manu and Tony. And but there's a common thread here, Quinn. It's the draft. It's the draft. It'd be wonderful to find out that these big time free agents are coming to form a super team in San Antonio, but that ain't gonna happen.
No.
I can't see like megastar 1, 2, and 3 coming together going, we're gonna go to San Antonio. They got 2 max contracts. We're on our way. That just doesn't happen in San Antonio's history. So you've got to bottom out. That's the only way. And look, they got good trade chips right now. DeJounte's coming on. Devin is playing very well. Do they go down that path and get aggressive and try to bring in all-star talent now? That's something that Brian Wright and the front office is going to have to deal with. They're going to get a really good draft pick no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna, yeah.
We'll be top 10.
But, yeah, top 10. So they'll be good. But it's just a matter of how do you want to go about this? Because, think about this with Derek White. He's having his struggles right now. But how much is he getting paid, Pledger? How much? I know like he's the highest paid on a very young squad, considered, but who's going to take on a player like that who's injury ridden, has a pretty sizable contract, and is having a bad season right now?
Derek's getting paid
$17 a year.
Yeah, 15.2 this year.
Mm-hmm. The good news is though there's options. So they'll have a boatload of money this offseason. They're going to get in the draft. They'll have young players if they want to flip. They'll have max money to give out. So, yeah, the future will be okay. It's just a matter of the now. Right now, this is the Spurs. They're going to win one, and then they're going to lose 2. They're going to maybe win 2 in a row, and then lose 3 in a row. You can probably see it tonight. This could be the start of a 3-game losing streak. Dallas, Clippers, Lakers.
It's tough.
So
lose them all.
Lose them all. Mount up the L. By the way, can I ask?
Yes.
Can I ask you something really quick? How is Pledger concentrating with all the Disney Plus stuff coming out? I am shocked that he's on his game right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all are still talking?
He's giddy.
I thought we were done. Sorry.
He's probably looking at the trailer of Kenobi and She-Hulk and Moon Knight.
I just heard about the She-Hulk. I didn't know about that, but I'm stoked about that.
Oh, you're a big She-Hulk fan?
Just from my comic book years, this is from. I didn't even know this was in production. So this is wow. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah. I don't know how I am focusing, all day to day with everything getting dropped right now, and they got Armor Wars are coming. Oh my God, we're gonna go deep here. This is gonna be bad if we go down this path, James. It's gonna go bad if we go down this route. I think the biggest news right now is X-Men 97. I think that's the big one right now.
Yes.
97, that's huge. But trying to get this train back on this track.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Jeff. Let's just fast forward for the hopeful Spurs fans, because there's a lot of Spurs fans. It doesn't make you not a Spurs fan because you don't want the team to lose. For some people under the age of, let's say, 25, they don't know what everybody else endured in the years when the Spurs were winning.
I remember those days.
Right. So for some people, they've only known Spurs to be a winning franchise. And so this is a difficult period to just accept this hovering phase of waiting for it to get worse. We've watched Memphis get better. We've watched Phoenix get better, and all in from the same Orlando bubble. So do we see if the Spurs, let's just say they go all the way and end up with a top 3 pick. Do you see the Spurs then looking to spend that money to get a max player to be paired with a young, talented rookie? Not kind of like LaMarcus Aldridge when the Spurs went all in for LaMarcus Aldridge.
If you look at the Spurs history, it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Maybe they can get good secondary all-stars. Maybe that would be the route to go. As far as mega stars are going to, your Anthony Davis, your Giannis, I don't think that'll happen. No. And then here's the other thing too, Quinn. We're talking about, the transition in this phase they're going through. The next big one is going to be Pop. Who's going to be the coach? gone quite a lot lately. You talk about all the players, that have retired, and, that forced their way out, Kawhi and et cetera, LaMarcus, all that, DeMar getting traded. But I think the biggest next hurdle for this franchise to go through is who's going to fill Pop's shoes.
Man.
Will it be Becky? Do they go outside of the family? Do they hire within the family? There's just so many things to do. And that could be a person that they can use to attract, maybe. Hey, I want to go play for Becky Hammond. I respect her, so big free agent comes in for that. Maybe there's that. But, Becky can't get on the court.
Hey,
so
Jeff.
She's going to have to go to war or something. Yes, sir.
You know what else is going to be next? They're going to put someone next on this mic if I don't get us out of here so we can pay some bills.
All right.
Jeff Garcia, thank you so much.
Yes,
for Jeff Garcia from host of Locked On Spurs podcast. You're listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM.
The Dallas Cowboys, the Atlanta Falcons. This one will be a pad pounder. Get the call live Sunday at noon. Sponsored by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM. ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign of COVID and the flu, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and are not reliable. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Jason Minix here for Alamo Water Softeners. Go to alamowatersofteners.com. Schedule one of their whole home specialists to come out to your house for a free water analysis. And right now, Alamo Water Softeners is offering 0% financing for 2 years with approved credit. Take advantage of this same as cash offer on a water treatment bundle with special pricing to give your home the highest quality water treatment available. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference. Go to alamowatersofteners.com. That's alamowatersofteners.com.
Oh, Total Wine, how wondrous a selection. Fine gifts galore and so much more, and else to answer questions. Wine, spirits, beer, how lovely are the prices here.
Now offering delivery in select markets. See details at TotalWine.com/delivery. Drink responsibly, B21.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign, and only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and cannot be relied on. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
If you love football, come to the San Antonio Quarterback Club every Tuesday from 11 to 1 at the Sierra Hills Baptist Church. Join UTSA coaches for Roadrunner game highlights, plus feature guest speakers for great food and football talk. The San Antonio Quarterback Club is a proud supporter of Gridiron Heroes Spinal Cord Injury Foundation. This Tuesday's guest speaker is Derek Fox, the president and CEO of the Valero Alamo Bowl. Join us Tuesday 11 to 1 at Sierra Hills Baptist Church for food and football talk at the San Antonio Quarterback Club.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
The Rock the Mic finale will be live at the Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar North Star location next Thursday. We will have our final 3 and our Jim Beam wild card with us, and we're deciding the Rock the Mic 2021 champion. Who's going to be our next champ? Join us at the OG Slackers North Star location and help us congratulate our new ESPN Sports Star team member, and you can enter to win Dallas Cowboys home game tickets. Rock the Mic 2021, brought to you by Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar and in part by Jim Beam.
time. When you're sick, injured, or experiencing a medical problem of any kind, the last thing you want to do is leave your home to find medical care. Now, thanks to Dispatch Health, you don't have to, because Dispatch Health comes to you. That's right. Receive high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the comfort of your own home when you need it. Just call or click, and Dispatch Health comes to your home, able to treat common to complex illnesses and injuries. It's really that simple. Go to dispatchhealth.com now to learn more and download the app so you're always just the touch of a button away from the quality health care you need. Dispatch Health is affordable and in-network with most health insurance plans, including Medicare. It's true high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the ease and comfort of your own home, all for an affordable price. So the next time you're sick or injured, stay home, stay comfortable, and let Dispatch Health come to you. Go to dispatchhealth.com and say hello to the modern-day house call. That's dispatchhealth.com. Go to dispatchhealth.com.
Hey, it's Greeny, and I've only got 10 seconds, so here's my plug. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Let's give away a couple of tickets. We got a pair of tickets to the San Antonio Auto and Truck Show. It's at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. We've got our lines open. We're going to take caller number 10. Caller number 10. Call us on the Kielbasa Bacon phone line, 210-656-ESPN. That's 210-656-3776. Give us a call. You're listening to Halftime, ESPN SA, AM 1250, 94.5 FM.
Happy Christmas. Rapper with Jack, benefiting Family Service Association, is happening now through December 4th, benefiting the most needy families this holiday season. There are 3 ways to help. Give cash now, shop the Amazon wish list, or drop off donations at our designated locations. Complete details now at sasportstar.com. Presented by Quarter Moon, Plumbing, Heat, and AC, and in part by River City Oral Surgery, Institute for Functional Health, and Copenhagen Contemporary Furniture.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind. Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
No matter your learning style or experience level, Babbel has lessons designed for you that will get you speaking quickly and confidently.
I tried learning Spanish before, but I couldn't stick with it until I found Babbel.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
I can't wait to use our new language skills on our upcoming adventures.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
And it is for Z-LASIK. That's why they have different technologies for different patients. They are a custom vision center focused on helping people get rid of their glasses and contacts. Rudy J here. Call them today for a complimentary consultation to see what's right for you. Financing is offered to all, FSA and medical spending accounts accepted. Get treated like family by Dr. Manrique. Call 354-2020 for the Manrique difference. That's 354-2020.
Fever is the leading symptom of COVID and the flu, and the only way to reliably detect it is with an accurate thermometer. Be vigilant and be accurate with the Exergen Temporal Scanner, whose accuracy has been proven in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They are proven to be inaccurate and will not reliably detect a fever that might mean COVID. Be sure to seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
At CDW, we get the challenge of managing data across different environments.
Our company data is everywhere, in the cloud, on servers. I just found some data under my couch cushions.
Well, wherever it lives, CDW experts can streamline your data across hybrid cloud environments and unlock your cloud's full potential with NetApp Cloud Services.
That's great. Ow!
You okay?
Yeah, I just stepped on some data.
IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/NetApp.
The Roo Pub is the best place to watch a game. Football, basketball, the big fights, they have them on at the Roo on their 3 massive 170-inch laser screens and TVs all around. Come hungry, the food is fantastic, and the kitchen is open until 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. The Roo Pub has the best darts area in town, indoor cornhole and weekday happy hour from 11 to 6. For lunch, dinner, or late at night, and the best place to watch a game, get into the Roo Pub at 281 in Redmond Road. We'll see you at the Roo. Time to start planning your Thanksgiving dinner, and it starts with the turkey. Chase Minix here for Tri-County Meat Market. Tri-County gets their turkeys from Barber Farms in Colorado. These fresh, all-natural turkeys are never frozen and come between 8 and 24 pounds. Tri-County Meat Market only gets a limited number, so reserve your turkeys before they sell out. Pre-order your turkeys and your pies from the Ultimate Cheesecake Bakery now at either of the Tri-County Meat Market locations on Huebner and on Ralph Fair Road.
Tired of living with awful joint pain? If you've been to an orthopedic surgeon, you know the drill. Pain meds, steroids, physical therapy, right? When those Band-Aids don't work, you know what's next. Surgery. Major surgery. Hey, it's James Pledger for San Antonio Sports Star. Don't do it. Not until you check out QC Kinetics. Get a second opinion and learn more about natural biologic treatments, restorative, regenerative alternatives that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, backs, and hips, and other joints as well. QC Kinetics uses natural biologics from your own body and concentrates them in their precise damaged area for lasting relief. And it's an in-office treatment with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't go under the knife if you don't have to. Call QC Kinetics and get a second opinion now. You have nothing to lose. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills.
One team, one mission. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Halftime.
You're listening to Halftime. Weekdays from 12 to 2. I'm Quinn Hudson with Jack Thompson, filling in for Michael Jimenez, and James Pledger producing the show. We've had Jeff Garcia on. We've talked a little bit about what's going on in the NFL, the moves that have been made. What we have not talked about, gentlemen, is America's team, my beloved Dallas Cowboys, coming off of a very, very tough loss last week, but I look for them to rebound. But they've got Atlanta coming up this week, somewhat of a requiem for my man Dan Quinn. But this has got to be a big game for the Cowboys for a lot of reasons, to find out if what happened last week is an anomaly or a sign of things to come. With the upcoming of this game, we've got injuries, and we know Randy Gregory's out, and McCarthy spoke on it.
He did. McCarthy was joining R&R in the morning this morning, and he talked about Randy Gregory's injury and what that means for Micah Parsons, and if he will be like he did when we were missing players earlier in the year against the Los Angeles Chargers, if we'll see more of Micah at that defensive end position.
The game is at noon. Don't be late. That's my standard answer this week. But
okay,
I think there's always situations where you'll see Micah come off the edge. So, and I just think the ability for him to play both positions is unique, because he can do it at such a high level. And I know as an offensive coach in this league, the more you move him around, the tougher it is on the offense. So he's a unique football player to have that edge rush, and also the ability to be so impactful from the Mike linebacker position. So we'll kind of stay the course with him.
Honestly, I was happy to just hear that Randy Gregory was out due to injury and not for anything else or something else. So the fact that it's an IR 3 weeks and we can get him back is going to be great. But here's the thing. I mean, this is the part of the season.
Minimum 3 weeks.
Okay, yeah, good point. A minimum of 3 weeks. But
because
if the Cowboys,
it's been a long time since we've seen Michael Gallup.
Oh man, you're right. So this is the thing. For the Cowboys to be who I hope they are going to be it's going to be about their depth, both offensively and defensively. When you look at the defensive line, the offensive line this season. So to me, this is where Dan Quinn earns his keep. Schematically, he's got to come up with different ways to get to the quarterback, where if our front four can't do it, they'll find different looks, not just with Parsons, but we've seen with Gregory out before where the Cowboys were still able to get pressure and to see other people off the bench step up. What do you guys think?
Oh man, I really think that the Dallas Cowboys, I see a lot of fans treating this Falcons game as if, they fell flat last week against the Denver Broncos. They're going to rectify themselves against a bad team. But what you don't realize is that the Falcons have actually been playing better over the last 5 weeks. They are 4-5 in their last 5 games, and all of them one-score games. I mean, they've got some big wins. They beat the Saints just last week in that huge upset week. I mean, they've been finding themselves without Calvin Ridley, without kind of integrating Cordell Patterson into that running back receiver type role and finding ways to utilize him. Matt Ryan looks good again after a rough start to the season. And Kyle Pitts has taken on kind of the man role in that receiving group. I think this game is going to be a little bit closer than probably people expect, especially when you're talking about the injuries that the Cowboys are dealing with, not only with Randy Gregory, but we're still missing Tyron Smith. That offensive line is going to have Terrence Steele on the left side again. Hopefully another week of practice helps him to integrate better to the position. But if what we saw last week against Denver was an indication, that wasn't a good showing for Terrence Steele on the left side.
No, definitely wasn't. He gave up a lot of pressures. Dak never really got comfortable in that pocket, was always having to step through and step out. But the good thing is, last week we were completely gashed inside and out by the run game. Atlanta don't really have running backs like that. Mike Davis has had a abysmal year to last year. Cordell Patterson, while has had a great year, majority, if not all of that, has come in the passing game. And now they're down Calvin Ridley for the foreseeable future. So it's probably going to be a lot of Cordell Patterson checkdowns and a lot of Kyle Pitts through the middle and over the top. Then they've got Russell Gage, Tajay Sharp, serviceable guys that can catch passes here and there, but
want to take a stab at that Ozen.
Oh, his name is Zacchaeus is his last name, but I can't remember how his first name is.
There's like 2 O's.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, but his Zacchaeus is his last name.
I am slowly learning the new Cowboys kicker's name.
Oh, yeah, Lyrium. I don't know.
It's
a whole lot of vowels and H's after that.
Hairulahu.
Yeah,
definitely not phonetically spelled, I'm sure.
Lyrium Hairulahu, something like that.
Well, now see, here's the thing. I believe last week the biggest issue with the Cowboys was about the offense more than the defense. If you really look at even on their winning streak, they were still giving up gashes, but the offense was continuing to handle ball control, time possession, and putting points up on the board. And those are things they did not do well last week, and they put that added pressure on the defense. That definitely gives me pressure. We've had a historically worse defense at the same time where Dak Prescott and the offense was putting up astronomical numbers. So if the offense can get on track, I'm not a fan of Steele being on the left side. I get it. I actually don't know when Tyron Smith. I don't know when he's been healthy. Honestly, he's like the Ezel from Friday. My neck, and my back. He's been hurt. It's always something. Wasn't it a couple years ago? He had his knee brace on his elbow. Is this all kinds of stuff going on with this guy? But why? If it wasn't broke, don't fix it. Why, when Steele was playing so well at right tackle, why make that move?
I don't know. I had something about the reps that were given to Terrence. He had the most reps on the left side during training camp, which is why they did it. But I look at it, you signed Ty Nsekhe to be the swing tackle initially this offseason for instances like this. as well as Terrence played on the right side, why disrupt that? Keep him on the right, bring in Secchi in to play on the left. And I personally would have Lyle Collins, who's played guard before, on the left guard next to Tyler Biadasz. So you've got on each side of Biadasz, Martin and Lyle Collins. And I just think it strengthens the line more. But now you're taking one lineman from the right to the left. You're putting a guy that hadn't been playing in a few weeks back into the right. And then you've still got the question mark of Connor Williams at left guard.
Well, we're going to know, right? We're going to know what this means this week, because the blueprint that Denver put out there is there were a lot of free rushers. And when I say free rushers, it wasn't like the play where Dak knows a defender's coming in and he's got a hot read. These were free rushers that beat Steele, and they were coming in on Dak. And that's got to give pause for them to go in this week knowing Atlanta has absolutely watched film on this and they're going to try to exploit it.
I saw it earlier, and it's flashing on the screen right next to us, that Tyron Smith has a chance to play, but he needs to put in a full practice tomorrow. Either way, I mean, that still seems like a guy that should rest for another week. But I'm right there with you, James. I really thought that we would keep Terrence on the side he'd been in, and even maybe just put Lyle Collins, who has played that position multiple seasons, to fill in for Tyron. But, I mean, we're not the coaches, and obviously the proof was in the pudding last week that Terrence needed a lot of work on that new side. Hopefully, like you said, there'll be more continuity on the line with another full week of practice with guys in their new spots. But I'm not worried about really the offense. You know, we were super slow, super dropping passes, just off kilter last week. But I think some of that was Dak coming in, trying to press and, you know, immediately be the same guy he was before, instead of sort of like taking it slower and building back up to it. So I think with another week of practice, we'll just be stronger in that regard. And Atlanta's defense certainly has not been their high point for sure. They've been giving up a lot of points to a lot of bad teams. I mean, they gave up let's see, in the past weeks, they gave up 28 to the Dolphins, who we saw could not score at all last night on offense. They gave up 19 to the Panthers without Christian McCaffrey. They gave up 25 to the Saints, and that was with a Trevor Siemian-led team. So their defense is definitely very weak. So I expect Dak to come back in and put up some solid numbers.
I would hope so, because Dak, while he didn't look crisp last week, the rest of the team let him down too, because I saw CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper had his first drop of the year. This was the most flat I've seen this team this year. They just came out and they never got it going.
No, literally never got it going on the offensive end.
And that's one of the things. I think when we're watching that game, I think everybody was waiting for the Cowboys to kick in. Like, okay, all right, we gave up the half. Here we go in the third. You kept waiting for it to happen, and it just never turned the corner. And just hope that there isn't a hangover from that last game, because they'll be looking to get out to a positive start to demonstrate that the Cowboys that last game is behind them, and now they're back on track with the season that they've been having up until this point. Now, off air, Jack and I were having a conversation, Pleasure, and I would like you to weigh in on this. This was revisiting the Odell Beckham situation. Is Odell Beckham the Russell Westbrook of the NFL? Talented player that, even though might be in winnable situations, may not be the best situation for him?
See, that is a very interesting question, because I don't think of Odell and Russ as the same person in terms of the competition aspect. Russell Westbrook, he is a fierce competitor. Like, the one thing I will not take away from Westbrook is the fact that he wants to win. He wants to be the reason you win, but wins mean a lot to that cat. Like, you can tell in the way that he plays, he lays it all out there, that he cares more about the game than himself.
Gotcha.
In a sense. I don't know if that's true with Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham seems like he loves him some nightlife.
Odell playing better, is that more important? Do you think Odell playing better, is that more important than Odell's team winning and he not having a great game?
No, I think stats matter to Odell.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there wouldn't have been an issue in Cleveland. It's not like that team was competing within that division.
A lot of people picked them to be finished deep into the playoffs.
They were a playoff team last year.
Right.
For the first time in a long time. So I'm not sure what mixing him into the culture of that locker room, but that locker room seems pretty dialed in with all the players that are there. Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, everybody calling on one another to, join the super team. So maybe that they can get things right. But there might be a reason that Matt Stafford was a little less than enthusiastic during his introductory press conference about Odell.
Yeah, I could see that as well. And just going back to the Russell Westbrook, guys, you realize when it's all said and done, Westbrook will have played with Durant, Harden, Ibaka in his prime, Harden, Paul George, Oladipo, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and there's a chance he may not have, Bradley Beal, and there's a chance he may not have a ring.
Yeah, I mean, that's the issue. And Jack and I have talked about this on the Saturday Morning Hangover. Russell Westbrook, the best thing for the Lakers was when LeBron got hurt because it allowed Russ to be Russ. But Russ doesn't know how to fit in with his skill set when LeBron and AD are on the court. Like the three of them just don't mesh together. Kind of like how we were talking about how Derek White doesn't seem to fit right now, out offensively at least.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's like with Russell Westbrook and the Lakers.
Yeah, I think they've only had one game this season so far where all three of the big three kind of went off. But then literally no one else really on the whole team had above 10 points. So kind of a pick your poison type thing for sure.
He's idling high when he doesn't have the ball, right? He's just revving, ready to go, and he's got to defer. It looks awkward to see him out there on the perimeter off ball.
And I don't know if his ego will allow him to do this, but Jack and I have both said his best spot with that Lakers team may be that first guy off the bench, to where maybe you can close games and stuff, but let LeBron and AD start. You come in with that second unit. That way there's no drop off and you can just be you. You can be you the entire time you're on the floor. The attacker, the facilitator, the dude that rebounds, all of that. Go be the best version of yourself. But it's hard for you to be that when both LeBron and AD are on the court as well.
That's kind of what Harden was initially, right? With OKC.
Mm-hmm. He started off as that six man that would just come in and get buckets.
Yeah.
A second unit with Melo and Russ, that's pretty scary.
Yeah. Especially because Melo has found a way to fit into that type of role.
He's
where
put
he
his
can,
ego aside and
he
he's
can
like,
play
you know
without.
what? I'll come off the bench. And, it served him well. I mean, he was completely out of the league and he was like, you know what? I got to rethink what kind of player I am. And now he's extended his career for who knows how long, especially because now he's one of the better spot up 3-point shooters in the league.
It's been a while, guys. It's been an hour. Headlines change. Why don't you say we get people caught up on what's going on out in the greater sports world?
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Our first headline, PGA Tour pro Justin Thomas, who is in regular contact with Tiger Woods as they are good friends, says on a podcast that Tiger Woods won't return if he can't play well. Justin said on the No Laying Up podcast, I don't ever see him playing if he can't play well. He doesn't strike me as a guy who's played at home and then he's shooting a bunch of 75s and 76s and is like, okay, I'm going to go give Augusta a try this year. Not really going to be him, at least from my understanding, what I know of him. Woods, 45, previously returned from serious injury, come back in 2019 to win the Masters after spinal fusion surgery in 2017. Woods had been hospitalized earlier this year after a wreck in a car injury that just left his leg devastated. And recent photos, though, have showed that he was watching his son Charlie in a junior golf tournament and standing without aid, hoping that he can return to a normal life after that devastating car wreck.
You know, before the accident, it was still kind of this, is Tiger going to be 100%? Is he going to get back to where he's going to be able to compete? We saw flashes of it, but we just haven't seen the consistency. I just don't know if at this age, at this point, if his latest injury is something that's insurmountable, but it's hard to want to count Tiger out.
Headline 1.
American gymnast Suni Lee, the 18-year-old gold medalist in the individual all-around at the Tokyo Olympics this year, said she was pepper sprayed in a racist attack last month while out with a group of friends in Los Angeles. Lee, the first Hmong American to represent the U.S. in the Olympics, told Pop Sugar she was waiting for a ride when a car drove by with people shouting racial slurs. And according to Lee, who was with a group of friends, all of whom were of Asian descent, one of the passengers sprayed her arm with pepper spray before the car drove away. Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, Stop AAIP Hate, a national coalition that became the authority on gathering data on racially motivated attacks related to the pandemic, has received more than 9,000 incident reports from March 19th of 2020 through this June.
Man,
this has to stop.
Without question. Without question. And this is just, we're at a point in society that on one end, people have become intolerant and speaking out when they see these kind of hatred towards people. But on the flip side of that, you have people that are so dug in that they tried to put a face to the pandemic, that they try to generalize and associate it to ethnicity. And unfortunately, in this case, you're starting to see people that are being subjected to hatred right in their face on the streets and without merit or really any warning.
It's just something that I see a headline like this, and those people need to be locked away forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Because
it's literally an American hero.
An American hero, Jack.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words with that kind of stuff.
It's not right, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah, absolutely sick of it.
Headline 0.
Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson close to 100% after beating the timetable for return from injury. Russell Wilson was sidelined by the most significant injury of his career, as he suffered tendon damage in his finger on his throwing hand and had to have surgery and screws and all kinds of stuff put in. Consolation prize for Wilson was he easily beat the projected timetable for return when he was said to be out 6 to 8 weeks, as he is now back in 4 and will play on Sunday when they take on the Packers, who hope, and I hope, that they are with Aaron Rodgers, who will be back off the COVID list, hopefully, fingers crossed, to which would give us a great quarterback battle. How well do you expect to see Russell Wilson, because we were just talking about Russell Westbrook, so I had to make sure on that. How well do you expect Russell Wilson to play in his first game back off of this injury, in which he's accelerated the timetable of his return as well?
Yeah, watching Geno Smith from the sidelines can do that. I imagine Russell Wilson is going to look great. More important, his skill players are going to be celebrating, and they're going to work hard for him. I don't see them putting him out in space too much, but he is a fierce competitor, and his injury is manageable. If they're going to bring him back out and he can actually play, I think it's going to show that he's able to make all the throws and not going to put himself in harm to make it worse. So I see Russell Wilson having a great breakout return game. What do you think?
Yeah, I totally see the same. I mean, when you've got guys like Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf to throw to, that guys that you could throw them a 1-yard pass and they take it literally all the way to the house without getting touched, you could easily come back and have a good game. But can we talk about Is Russell Wilson superhuman? What is up with his physiology, man? How does he heal like this?
He's got some kind of water, I think, that he
Nice.
pedals.
Does he?
It's a lot like the TB12 method.
Yeah, I think he needs to put it out there a little bit more. It seems like that would
It's
be
insane. Last week, this man had a metal rod in his hand.
I look at this and I see his ability to come back from this injury and beat the timetable, and it's amazing. He's played through multiple injuries, but your first game back, playing those Packers, and that defense has been playing extremely well. Even in the loss last week with Jordan Love, that game never got out of hand against the Chiefs, despite the fact that Jordan Love could do nothing on offense. That defense is playing extremely well right now. I don't know if this is the team you want to come back against in terms of like being able to have a breakout game in your return.
You know what I don't want to come back against? Going over on the break. So let's go ahead and take it out. You're listening to San Antonio
That's
Sports
the
Star.
411 and a 210.
You good, Quinn? We have stingers. We have stingers for all of this.
You know, we don't have these fancy equipment on Sundays. We don't have this, man. You know what I mean?
You were asking me earlier, like, does it get quiet in here when we start? I'm like, it's the same equipment that you use on Sunday, Quinn. It all works the same.
You know, you don't always know. You can't assume that. Sundays is kind of like, you know, we're Santa's workshop without the elves. There's no
the
elves
same
here.
Studio.
Everybody's here
Like,
during the week.
We didn't reprogram the studio during the week for y'all.
I listen to these shows during the week. You guys got to have a lot more bells and whistles going on in here, man. You got, I mean, I feel like I'm on Nickelodeon. I'm waiting for the goop to come down and drop down on me, man. You guys got
I'm
all
gonna
the
get
stuff.
you on the StreamYard before the show's over. If you can just move this way a little.
I see. Yeah, it's the setup. Yeah, you know what? See, I didn't know. It's just a little different, man. I get it. The setup is the same, but I know that the production, toys are a little higher.
We got a lot of toys.
Y'all do have a lot of toys. I like it though, and I know that's why Michael gets giddy on it and doing his thing.
What do you say? We want to talk some Spurs when we come back?
Let's talk Spurs. Let's talk
it's been a hot minute.
UTSA.
We talked.
We got time. Yes, we can do that in this
The
last half
Roadrunners.
hour. Yes, big game this week.
You mean the undefeated CFP ranked Roadrunners?
UTSA.
Man,
Roadrunners.
put some respect on the Roadrunner. All right. You're listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN SA, AM 1250, 94.5 FM.
Rock the Mic moves into the voting phase. 12 finalists, live auditions, and only one 2021 Rock the Mic winner.
Hi, this is Carolina Teague, the Rock the Mic 2 winner.
Vote for your favorite Rock the Mic champ now at sasportstar.com and join us for the live auditions from Slacker Sports Bar throughout November. Only one will be crowned the 2021 Rock the Mic champion. Presented by Slacker Sports Bar and in part by Jim B. Rock the Mic on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Here in Texas, the heat is relentless. The storms are serious. The hail is insane. Texas weather doesn't do anything halfway, and neither should your roofer. Your roof protects your home and your family. So whether you need a simple repair or a roof replacement, metal or composition, you need a roofer you can trust. That's Stevens Roofing. They are reputable, reliable, and have always been your local roofer. Call Stevens Roofing today for a free estimate at 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
The annual San Antonio Auto and Truck Show is November 12th through the 14th. See new cars and trucks, extraordinary exotics, and learn about the latest in energy efficiency. Take part in exclusive ride and drives, all new experiences, kids activities, and the food truck fiesta. Don't miss it.
No one outfits golfers better than Edwin Watts Golf Shops. We've been fitting golfers since 1968. Utilizing cutting-edge fitting technology, we'll analyze your swing and our Foresight launch monitors and fit you with the perfect club, pair of shoes, the latest golf apparel, golf balls, bags, and more. So come by today for your complete custom fitting. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
When you're sick, injured, or experiencing a medical problem of any kind, the last thing you want to do is leave your home to find medical care. Now, thanks to Dispatch Health, you don't have to, because Dispatch Health comes to you. That's right. Receive high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the comfort of your own home when you need it. Just call or click, and Dispatch Health comes to your home, able to treat common to complex illnesses and injuries. It's really that simple. Go to dispatchhealth.com now to learn more and download the app so you're always just the touch of a button away from the quality health care you need. Dispatch Health is affordable and in-network with most health insurance plans, including Medicare. It's true, high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the ease and comfort of your own home, all for an affordable price. So the next time you're sick or injured, stay home, stay comfortable, and let Dispatch Health come to you. Go to dispatchhealth.com and say hello to the modern-day house call. That's dispatchhealth.com. Go to dispatchhealth.com.
Jason Minix here for Alamo Water Softeners. Go to alamowatersofteners.com. Schedule one of their whole home specialists to come out to your house for a free water analysis. And right now, Alamo Water Softeners is offering 0% financing for 2 years with approved credit. Take advantage of this same as cash offer on a water treatment bundle with special pricing to give your home the highest quality water treatment available. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference. Go to alamowatersofteners.com. That's alamowatersofteners.com.
The best seat in the house is on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
We got some energy on a Friday. Yes. You're listening to Halftime. Weekdays from 12 to 2. I'm Quinn Hudson, along with Jack Thompson and James Pledger. Now, gentlemen, we were talking about the Spurs and what's going on locally. We can't not talk about the UTSA Roadrunners, who have a big game this week. They're on the map.
I mean, is it a big game when you're playing a 1-9 team?
Yes. Because it's bigger than them. This goes back to this is something me and Michael Jimenez had a conversation about before. When they beat Illinois, I said it's bigger than Illinois. What UTSA is doing is they're building. This is all about recruiting. This is about next year. This is about getting on the minds of the people who are going to put them in the bowl games. This is that. So just like when nobody cares when Ohio State beats Appalachian State, they just say, man, they keep rolling. The same thing needs to happen here. We need the Roadrunners to keep rolling, and we need the people of San Antonio who might be a little embittered by the Spurs season to be. Come on out. There's another team here that we can be supportive of that's absolutely this season making it happen.
Yeah, I mean, if you're tired of Spurs taking L's, turn over to this undefeated team.
I mean, it's going to be crazy. Tickets are getting hard to come by when you check Ticketmaster.
Nice.
I'm hoping that they kind of open up, take the tarps off, open up the top, get 30,000+ into the dome this weekend.
That'd be a great scene.
Because that's another fantastic point that we have to stress in terms of getting a lot of people into the dome. It's steadily been increasing, but as we get closer to bowl season, the Fiesta Bowl, which could have the possibility for hosting a non-Power 5 school.
Right.
And if Cincinnati loses, they could tumble down below what UTSA is because they have not looked impressive as of late. All of a sudden, they're going to start looking at, well, how many fans are traveling? How many fans are going? How many people are going to buy tickets to come to this game? And that could be a determining factor in the selection committee of these bowls.
And that's a great point, because when you look at the Alamo Bowl and you see the teams that have come through here, Boise State, Iowa, whatever the teams that came through, their following traveled. They came in here and filled up the stadium. And it makes you wonder, if UTSA was playing, would a third or half of a stadium across the country be filled with orange?
It better be, because this is an orange out.
Yes, you're right. And so if that's the case, then this Saturday absolutely has to be that.
I mean, it's going to be a statement game in terms of, you want to see them continually do what they did like last week. UTEP was supposed to be a closer game. UTEP was supposed to be that team that challenged UTSA, their first challenge since really Memphis or even Illinois. This was supposed to be the team that had the best defense in the conference and was going to really make things difficult.
Yeah.
Second play from scrimmage, 78 yards by Sincere McCormick, and they never looked back. They need to continue to do things like that, especially against teams like this, because now you are building a resume for these people that are trying to put these bowls together.
Yeah, this is going to be the opportunity for them to do that. And it's interesting that UTSA is in this position now where it really isn't. I mean, certainly they can't take any games for granted, but they are really playing for something bigger, and you're looking for them to, there's some style points that are needed here.
Yes. We can see the style points are affecting Cincinnati. Like, it affects the Power 5 teams in terms of their thought process, like Oklahoma struggling against Texas, struggling to beat Kansas. We've seen how that's affected them. Oklahoma, an undefeated Power 5 school, is sitting at 8th right now in the CFP because nobody believes in them, because they haven't been dominant in
winning
their performances.
Pretty. Right. Yeah, they're not winning pretty at all. Although winning, I'd be frustrated.
There's a big zero on the other end of that record. That's pretty.
Yeah, they've got a reason to gripe, right?
Yeah, I mean, certainly if you're undefeated in a Power 5 conference, you certainly have a reason to gripe, especially sitting at 8. That's a couple spots outside looking in.
That's disrespect.
It really is.
Several spots outside looking in. But, as an Aggie fan, I understand their feelings right now. We were certainly voted out of that playoff last year, so I understand how they're feeling.
I was one of the people that went to bat for the Aggies to be in the CFP last season.
Yeah.
And it is unfortunate that this is where we are, but there is talks of expansion to 12 teams in a new 5+1 format, in which they're talking about guaranteeing playoff spots for the 5 Power 5 conferences that win their conference, and then the best and highest ranked champion of the group of 5s. So there's 6, and then the remaining 6 teams would be best records
voted in.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what's needed. Is this just a money thing though? It's just about money.
It's always a money thing.
This ain't really about just the best getting into a tournament.
No, yeah, it's a money thing for sure.
And I feel like I've had this conversation since the BCS way back in the early 2000s and the late 90s, in which every year we've talked about, it's simple. Open it up, bring in your Power 5 conference champions, and then, the remaining highest ranked teams. Boom. That's how you fill out a CF. That's how you fill out a playoff. And it seemed like an impossibility until we got the 4-team playoff. But even the 4-team playoff doesn't seem good enough. And now that we've got this 12 and this format that they've been talking about in a report by SI, it feels like this is what we've been waiting for 20 plus years, and they're finally discussing it, which means we probably won't get it at all.
Oh man.
No,
no, we'll get something, but not this one.
Man,
I don't know. It seems like so much money to be had.
It makes so much sense. It can't be that one.
Yeah, you're making sense, right? So could it be 8?
I'd be cool with 8.
I'd be cool with 8 too, but it sounds like they want to go to 12. They want to bypass 8 and go to 12.
I just think that makes for the relevancy to all of the teams that are having great seasons. It certainly makes the top 25 become even more of a bigger issue of not preseason polls are going to be key, right? Like the very out the gate where you start out ranked is going to make a big deal because you start from, if you're in the top 25 at the beginning of the season, you've already put yourself in a position to get into that 12.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you win your conference, you're in a position. And then the SEC is obviously, along with the Big Ten, likely going to have the best chance of filling out the rest of that with the way, if you look at the way the CFP has been over the last few years, it is a lot of SEC. It is a lot of Big Ten teams. Pac-12 needs to solidify their spot with a conference champion, as does the Big 12 right now, just because they are thought of as the lesser conferences.
Right.
But remember, we all thought Pac-12 basketball last year was a lesser conference.
Yep, we certainly did.
That played out a little bit differently in the tournament, didn't it?
It always does in the tournament, baby. Always does when you go dancing.
Does the SEC get a little bit more of a kind of a benefit of the doubt? They just look at SEC football and then they translate that to SEC basketball and they just think that's going to be the conference.
No,
Big Ten.
No, SEC basketball is legit. You look at the coaches across the SEC; they are second to none. I mean, even the lesser SEC schools now have great coaches. So SEC basketball is about to take, especially with the incoming of UT and Oklahoma. SEC will be the number one basketball conference as well as the number one football.
Do you think that'll translate in the tournament?
Tournament's different. There's just so many outlying factors that go into winning the tournament, whether that's, seniors on your team, how hot are you down the stretch? There's just so many things.
Oh man. We've got a caller coming in from on the Kielbasa Bacon phone line. The name on the screen is a familiar one.
Oh yeah,
Daniel Plant.
Hey, good morning, guys. I know it's 1:46, but I wake up at 12:30. So good morning. Good morning.
All right,
Good morning. Yeah, good morning twice.
Must be nice.
Hey, so real quick, I'm addicted to ESPN and I'm addicted to water, but my newest addiction is UTSA. I've been to 4 of the 5 games, and the orange out, guys, please wear the orange out. And I do have a San Antonio complaint. Are you ready for it, Quinn?
Yes, go for it.
So we got these season tickets. These people, Valero, USAA, all the companies that, buy these tickets and give them out, that 30 to 30-yard line middle, about 50% of those people aren't showing up. And we got to fill the dome. I mean, the other people are buying the tickets. The people are showing up. And the reason I have season tickets is number 54 is some sideline blood of mine. And so I'm excited about this team. And to add one more thing to the triangle, we got to enlarge the triangle. Defense, offense, triangle, Texas. 210, 214, and 281. We got to get all 3 zip codes.
Awesome, Daniel, man. That's a great call out too, because we got to definitely do it. And come out, show up. And if you got tickets and you're not coming, put somebody else in those seats. Thank you, Daniel. We got another caller coming in. We got Drew.
There he is.
Oh, Drew the
Hey, pleasure. Hey, man. How you doing there, Dr. Jones? I just wondering, I'm watching from afar here in the Houston area. You guys are all having a big deal because, UTSA wasn't really a thing last time I checked, like I was in San Antonio. Now you guys paid this guy $30 million. They look like they're going to get the Independence Bowl and to go against BYU, which is like an established independent, And what if they get destroyed by BYU on a national stage? Does this affect the possible recruiting of Mr. Taylor in the future? Does it make you guys feel different? Because, everybody's bagging on the Spurs now. I mean, nobody shows up to the games. People would rather go to the Alamo Dome and watch practices of the Dallas Cowboys and pay for tickets. I mean, I'm just talking about the fan base in Berry County. I mean, do they abandon this new love for UTSA like they've abandoned the Spurs? Anyway, I'll listen offline.
Thanks a lot, Drew. Look, I think if they run the table, there's going to be excitement there, even if they lose in a bowl game to what is going to be, if you look at the rankings, a higher ranked independent in BYU than is UTSA right now. That's just how it is. But it is, you can see the steps in place for UTSA and the way Traylor's recruiting, and especially recruiting this area, the San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Dallas. He is staying home, and that's huge, I think.
I think that's a great point. I think this is the referendum on the Spurs and UTSA is about expectations. On one end, the expectation of what the Spurs are going to be this season, and people forget what UTSA has accomplished in these past few years. They still are given the program, and it's still in a very young stage of a development of building a football program. That's a credit to that staff and those players that basically are outperforming where most would think they should be. So if they got to play on the stage with BYU and gave it their best, this would just be the start of something, not the pinnacle of what their achievement will ultimately be.
Agreed.
So this good stuff, man. So great calls. We appreciate Drew, Daniel calling in on that as well. Repping a UTSA. You're listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN SA 1250 AM and 94.5 FM.
We've got your free tickets to see every Dallas Cowboys home game all season long. Register to win now at sasportstar.com. Cheer on America's team on your home for Cowboys football. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM. ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
The Rock the Mic finale will be live at the Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar North Star location next Thursday. We will have our final three and our Jim Beam wild card with us, and we're deciding the Rock the Mic 2021 champion. Who's going to be our next champ? Join us at the OG Slackers North Star location and help us congratulate our new ESPN Sports Star team member, and you can enter to win Dallas Cowboys home game tickets. Rock the Mic 2021, brought to you by Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar and in part by Jim Beam.
The Camera Exchange is having their biggest sales event of the year, the 2021 Fall Expo, November 19th to the 21st. The Camera Exchange will pay sales taxes on all Canon purchases, including the Canon R5, Canon R6, Canon D8i, and the Canon RF 50mm 1.2. Everyone will get a gift card at the door worth up to $200 and prizes every day. The Camera Exchange Fall Expo, November 19th to the 21st. The Camera Exchange, 1 mile inside Loop 410 on San Pedro, online at camerax.com.
When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. If you're having to rework your office, let Hill Electric design your socially distanced space to ensure each workstation has the proper electrical needs. For over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. There is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074, or go to hill-electric.com.
There's confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID. One thing is certain, whether you're vaccinated or not, you need an accurate thermometer to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Be vigilant and contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers that have no scientific studies. Only the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Learn more at exergen.com.
Shantae, can you sweep that, please?
Mina's salon business is growing faster than she can keep up with. She needs a new shop manager before her bookings go out of style.
Curtain bangs and balayage would look so good on you. Just hang on one second. Can you please answer that?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, so usually I'm a last-minute shopper, but the deals at Kohl's, way too good to pass up. I got 40% off holiday decor, 40% off the cutest St. Nicholas square finds for the table, and found the toys topping my kids' list this year. You can even save an extra 15% and get $10 off when you spend $25 or more. So now I get the whole early shopping thing, and I'm a big fan. Select styles, 15% off ends November 20th, $10 off $25 ends November 12th. Toys, coupons do not apply. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
If you love football, come to the San Antonio Quarterback Club every Tuesday from 11 to 1 at the Sierra Hills Baptist Church. Join UTSA coaches for Roadrunner game highlights, plus feature guest speakers for great food and football talk. The San Antonio Quarterback Club is a proud supporter of Gridiron Heroes Spinal Cord Injury Foundation. This Tuesday's guest speaker is Derek Fox, the president and CEO of the Valero Alamo Bowl. Join us Tuesday 11 to 1 at Sierra Hills Baptist Church for food and football talk at the San Antonio Quarterback Club.
Hey y'all, I'm Grant Pinkerton of Pinkerton's Barbecue in downtown San Antonio. We only smoke prime meats with a blend of post oak and mesquite. Come see us for some of those giant beef ribs, tender brisket, and a cold big red. We have a Texas-sized bar, great selection of bourbon, and tons of local beers. I love sports, so we have plenty of screens to watch them on. We're open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner or until we sell out. Come early, come hungry, and stay late.
You can talk keto all you want, but if you don't have a team of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the diet marathon. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have these big, bold flavors that kick your taste buds into high gear. Korean kimchi barbecue, pasilla chili cheese, spicy dill, and more. Eat them right out of the bag or try them in your favorite recipes. You'll love this snack. Visit your local H-E-B and southernrecipesmallbatch.com to see the power of the rinds.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Get your college game on. Get ready for the fight songs. It's college football.
Touchdown! What a catch!
Hear it live on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hi, this is Paul Feinbaum, and you're listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Halftime. Weekdays from 12 to 2. Michael Jimenez, get well. It's been fun staying with us.
Man, it's got a long road ahead.
Man.
I don't feel he's getting discharged around 4, for those wondering. Kidney stone is medium sized, whatever that means. And it said it should run its course by Thanksgiving. So I guess they're not doing it for him.
Man. There'll be no basting. We won't do it. Hey, Spurs, Mavericks tonight. Who you got?
Oh, Spurs.
All right. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250, 94.5 FM.
Didn't catch R&R in the morning? Here's what you missed.
Aaron Rodgers probably isn't going to get suspended.
I would suspend him for comparing himself to MLK. Like, you should get a game for that. You can hide the fact you're vaccine. I can't hide that I'm black. I can't walk in the room and be like, hey, y'all, I'm white.